This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 23 Flagstaff MICROLITE, and the model number is 25 FBLS. Okay, so this is a how-to video, not a sales video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. So you have regular crank down stabilizers, of course. You got fold up stairs. This is power and TV signal out here. You could actually, the other half of the bracket is inside the trailer, so you can hook it onto a TV and you can actually hang a TV there if you choose to. You have outside speakers. That is the vent for your range hood. If you can see, there's two latches there. You have to flip them open with your thumb or your finger when you're venting to the outside. That way the baffle will flap freely and you'll be able to vent to the outside. If you're not, you could just keep it shut when you're traveling or in storage, that sort of thing, okay? You have rails here. This one holds a utility table, and then this one here holds your grill. You could see, or griddle, you can see underneath here there's a quick connect for the LP system right there, if you can see that. Okay, your grill or griddle is right here. You can see it hangs right on the side of the camper on that rail right here. You have a hose with quick connect, so you can hook it up to the griddle and to the quick connect under the trailer, so you can hook it up to the LP system. This is your table, right? You have a 3/4 inch crank right there, and then you have a smaller crank right here. Okay, that smaller crank is for your power tongue jack. If it was ever to fail, you can pull this plug right out of the top here and crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble, okay? Let's see what else we have here. This is your water heater here. This is the drain for the water heater, okay? The switches to control it are inside the trailer. I'll show you those when we get in there. It works on gas and electric. Never run the water heater without water in the water heater tank. So if you drain it, just make sure you refill it before you use it, okay? Alrighty. So I did mention a power awning with an LED strip. I think I mentioned it. This is just a pre-wire here. If you wanted to get a Go Power brand solar panel battery charger, you could get it and plug it in here to charge your battery. It's just a little kit that folds up like a suitcase or a briefcase, something like that, okay? Here, this takes 2 batteries. You ordered yours without a battery, so you have that. Plus you have 2 30-pound LP tanks here that you have to fill. It has an automatic changeover regulator. Of course, your power tongue jack here. And keep in mind that you can barely see it there, but right here is the kill switch for your battery. You can actually shut it off, or shut them off, okay? If you put 2 batteries in it, make sure you wire it so it doubles the storage capacity of the batteries. You can wire it 2 ways, that to double the storage capacity, which is what you want. You also, it's also possible to double the voltage, but you don't want to do that. That would be a mistake. So you want it to stay at 12 volts plus double the storage capacity, okay? It's good to have 2 batteries when you have a power inverter. That's why it has room for 2. Okay, docking lights here. This is your city water hookup. The most common way to get water to the trailer. You just hook the hose on there, turn it on, and all the plumbing works. If you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, and then use the onboard pump to pump the water when you get to your campsite. I'll show you where the switch is when we get in there for the water pump, but even if you don't have city water, you still can use all your plumbing by pre-filling the tank. If you have city water, you don't have to worry about the tank or the water pump. All right. And this is for antifreeze to draw it into the system. You'll have to educate yourself a bit about that from the directions. Keep in mind that behind this here is your water pump plus the valve to switch between fresh water intake and the antifreeze port. So you can choose between the two. Right now it's set up to draw from the fresh water tank. Of course, that's your 30-foot 30-amp power cord. This is your hitch here. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Okay. The fresh water drain is there. It's just a white gate valve. This is your galley tank here. Come over here, and you have your galley tank, or gray tank number 1, which is sink and shower water. And then you have, next to it, you have your black tank valve, which is toilet water and waste. Okay. Let me look around a little bit here. So, this is your black tank flush here. So if you want to flush your black tank, you can leave your black tank valve open, like it says on this sticker here. Leave the black tank valve open and connected to your to the dump, and then you can put the hose at the dump station right on here, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. So it's a really good thing to do if you have a working hose at the dump station. This is your shower, outside shower / sprayer. You have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer says every 60 to 90 days you should inspect it. Somebody should inspect it. You're looking for crack or separation at the sealant. You're looking for damage possibly caused by low branches to the roofing components and the roofing material, that sort of thing. Road debris, flip it up there, whatever. So it should be part of your regular maintenance. Just make sure you inspect it regularly so you can stay ahead of any potential problems. Also, this is pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit. That's what that is right there. We do sell them here. You can get them elsewhere, but just make sure you get the right kit for that housing right there. Okay. Okay. Let me walk over here to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, this is just cable and satellite through to the inside of the trailer. This is where you hook your 30-amp power cord to, your shore cord. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Okay, so when we first come in the door, this is your power converter right here. So, basically you have 110 AC on this side, 120 AC, and just like you'd have at home, and you got circuit breakers here like you'd have at home, and they're all labeled, right? Then the power is converted from 110 AC to 12 volt DC on this side. So you have 12 volt fuses, and they're labeled, okay? This is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll send how much energy your battery or batteries at the front need, and it'll always send enough amps to keep them charged, okay? That's the power converter. Okay. You notice that this says inverter circuit on it. This regular duplex plug. These plugs in here are going to be, let me get some light here, I'm sorry. What was I saying? The plugs in here, the 110 AC plugs, are inverted, meaning that the inverter starts with 12 volt DC from the batteries and then inverts it up to 110 AC and sends it to your outlet. So you could run like, let's say you don't have any AC power, you could still, using your batteries, you can still run an appliance like a blender or a coffee pot or something like that. So it just gives you AC power when you don't have an AC hookup, okay? So this was the power converter, and the other part we were talking about is the power inverter. So, two different things. Alright, so this is your awning here, switch, never leave it out unattended. Both slide rooms here. Your levels are here, right? You have a Wi-Fi booster, which is called a Wi-Fi Ranger. If you turn that on, it's up on the roof. It's a router and it's a signal booster. So to use that, you look at this sticker here. So to get hooked up to it, you're going to go to all your family's phones, all of their tablets and phones, anything that you're going to use, and you put in a password for this. This is called Tenton 1128. So when you go into all of your Wi-Fi settings on each device, you'll make up a password for that, so it'll log on automatically while it's searching for Wi-Fi. Okay. The bottom line says control panel, and there's an address there. So in a browser, you'll go to that address. It'll ask you for the password, and you'll put in change me now 1128. Eventually make up your own password, and it'll take you to the page for this Wi-Fi Ranger, so you'll be able to see everything it sees. Then you would pick out, let's say, the campground Wi-Fi. If they give you a password, you put the password in and you're hooked up. So all the devices hook up to the Wi-Fi Ranger automatically. You just have to hook the Wi-Fi Ranger to the public Wi-Fi. It's a great signal booster. It has you just get better all around Wi-Fi, so it's a good thing. There is a cellular function with this, but that would be a monthly payment, and most people aren't interested in that. They're interested in the better public Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's what that's for. And of course, this is your analog thermostat. It's very simple. One click to the right is heat. Always keep it on auto. It's the best way to run it. One click to the right, 2 clicks to the left is fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. One more click and you got cool, which is full air conditioning. Okay, very simple. Here you have recliners. They are powered. As you can see, the back rest and the footrest are powered. You have storage here. Wait a minute, it goes like this. I'm sorry. You got a regular AC outlet plus USB. These come up. They're top secret storage. Double top secret. Your table, now you can fold the table up if you bring everything forward. Some people fit it back here. Some people put it in the front compartment, although that's not very common. Other people will set it on their bed and secure it so it doesn't bounce around. But it folds up, and so you also get a remote for your television. I'm looking for the, oh, there it is. Your remote for your television. Now the television is more than just a television. It is a television, but it also has FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can, stream from your phone or tablet, whatever. HDI in the front and the rear, and it has 2 speaker zones. One is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. Maybe it's A and B, I'm not sure, but 2 different zones. Okay, so it's your sound also. Down here you have your fireplace. That also has a remote right here, but you can use the buttons on it also. But basically, it's a space heater. It's got a fan in it, so it really kicks out the heat. It runs on AC power, and you can change the color of the flame, the intensity of the flame, I believe, and that sort of thing. It has a timer on it, so that's your fireplace. Coming over here to the range. Simple, 3 burners for 3 knobs for 3 burners, or 3 knobs for 3 burners. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. We don't have any gas hooked up, so I can't show you. But you'll just put it to high, and then you're just going to click it to the right, and it'll spark it. The oven's the same way, except you have to light the pilot light down there. You can read about that a bit. I can't show you. Always travel with the top down like that. This is your range hood fan and light. Remember I told you about opening the baffle on the outside if you're going to use the fan, so make sure you do that. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your, let me light it up here. This is your solar controller. So you can see we're 100%. You'll have to put your own battery on it when you're ready to use it, if you use 1 or 2. If you use regular flooded batteries, it's set. You see it says flooded. If you use AGM or lithium or something, you have to read the directions to reset the type of battery. You just use button B to go through it. 12.9 volts DC in the system. 5.4 amps are being gained by the sun and stored in the battery. All right, so that's your gain, your amp gain. You go again, 100%. and then 51 amp hours. So it does 4 different readouts for you. There are more features, as you see, but you can read up on those. There's also an app for everything has an app, just about, you know. Your control panel is going to have an app, and so does that solar controller. Okay, your keys are hanging here. This is something you'll have to program for your use. It's a tire monitor. All of the wheels, all 4 of them have a sensor that's located on the wheel inside the tire, directly across from the valve stem. So you'll be able to program this to tell you what the air pressure is, to tell you what the temperature of the hubs are, and you can make it give you an audible warning, whatever you want to do. It'll tell you if one of your hubs is overheating, something like that, or you're losing tire pressure, that sort of thing. Okay. So you have that. Your refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator, so it just runs on DC power. Just make sure you latch that so it doesn't come flying open and indent your doors. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. Absolutely get it serviced, because it's obviously important. Now this is the controller for your inverter. We talked about inverting power. Inverting, again, I'll say it again, is inverting 12-volt DC to 110 or 120 AC. So you're going the opposite of conversion. But right now it's on, see, but you don't have to leave it on unless you're inverting power. So normally you just hold the button for a few seconds. It'll go off. There's no reason to be inverting power unless you're going to use the power. So you just keep it off. If you have to, if you're somewhere and you don't have AC power and you need to use an AC appliance, AC small appliance, you just push the button and you're all set. Okay. Alrighty. So you actually have a switch. I didn't even know that. You actually have a switch from here, so you can get in bed and shut the lights off from right there. I didn't know that. You also can set it for the control panel. I just learned something. You have shades in here. This drawer is all your stuff. You have an inline. Let me put this up a little bit. You have an inline water filter. These 2 jumpers are to add a second battery up front, so you would jump them together. I believe on the lid, on the inside of the lid of your battery box, it'll give you the correct directions to do that. They usually do. I can't say 100%, but I bet it's there. That's a coax for your outside TV. This here is the other half of the TV mount that I told you about, that you can put on the back of a TV and hang it outside. Alrighty, I got a mess here. Hold on. Come on, Pearl, you can do it. You can do it. And you have other stuff. This is just an extra collar in case you accidentally run over your dump hose. You can always fix it with this. And a toilet paper roll holder and a towel rack, things like that. Okay. Sorry about my camera work. I know I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to do this with one hand. So that's what we have in here. You can put it wherever you want, but it was just put in there. There's some storage underneath the bed, plus you have drawers down here also. Your wardrobe is a slide room, so it slides in and out. Okay. I think what we're missing here is the bathroom, so we'll come back here. Now this has another modern eco device here. This is called a shower miser. What this is a recirculator. Basically, when you're heating up the hot water, it would normally the cold water would normally just go down the drain. So you're wasting perfectly good cold water. Some areas with droughts you're not allowed to do that, and you're also wasting storage in your gray tank by doing that. So you can put it in this position, and basically what it does is you turn on the hot water, and it'll send the water in a loop around and around till it heats up. So it'll go from here to the water heater to the water pump, back around, and it'll just loop the same water while it heats it up. After it reaches the proper temperature, this will change color to like a beigeish color. You'll see it plain as day. And then you're just going to go like that, and you have a regular shower. So it's a recirculator that allows you to heat up the water without wasting any. And this is completely off right there. That's looping it around, and then that's regular shower. So, okay, always travel. Yeah, this is it here, the shower miser. When you look in your packet, you'll see different information. You can always go to, if you need more information, you can always go to the manufacturer's website and look at their product videos too. That sometimes is a good thing. But you always leave this latch when you're traveling. Otherwise, they'll slam together, and eventually, somewhere down the road, one's going to crack. So, always leave that latch in that position when you're traveling. Of course, now here just regular sink, nothing unique about it. Storage underneath, medicine chest, and of course the toilet. The toilet works like all trailer toilets do. It sits right over a black tank. I showed you the black tank flush outside, right? So when you get to the trailer, or when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You come in here, you put a dose of chemical in the bowl, then you're going to stand on the pedal and hold it down while water just starts spinning or swirling through the bowl down into the tank below along with the chemical. You hold it long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there along with the chemical. You can't use less than a gallon, but you can use more. Just keep that in mind. So a gallon or more of water, and you're all set. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry, and it'll get clogged up. The smell will be terrible, and it can it'll just be a mess. So always make sure you use chemical and at least a gallon of water when you're starting off with an empty black tank. Okay. All right. Last but not least, and here's the fan. It's a 4-speed fan. It's got a cover over it so you can open it up when it's raining and that sort of thing. It's a really good fan, 4 speeds. The first 2 you can barely hear it, and of course the 2 high speeds really crank. So, okay, I think I've done it here. Let's look around a little bit. I think this is pretty much it. Yes, that's your emergency window. Of course, it works like they all do. Go like this, push it all the way through, and then grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out. You can escape in an emergency. Okay. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I told you about inspecting the roof. That should be part of your regular maintenance. It should be done a few times a summer, every 60 to 90 days. Just to stay ahead of things. You can't see what's happening up there unless somebody looks, so you want to keep after that. And right now this is in summer mode, so the antifreeze has been purged from the system. It's been replaced with fresh water, and your water heater bypass valves are in camping mode right now, and the water heater's full, so it's all set, ready to go. Okay, thank you.